Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, my beautiful Krystelle.
Hello. How are you?
I want to welcome you. We're going to dive quickly into the concept and the subject of the day, but I want to welcome you, this beautiful sister of mine, Krystelle. She has heart-openly accepted to pursue other beautiful episodes of the It's All Within podcast, and I cannot wait to see the dynamic that's going to come from it, see the teachings and the learnings that we're always growing together, and I really hope from the bottom of my heart that we can provide you with any sense of learnings or guidance or enlightenment on your part. So yeah, anything you want to add, Krystelle, before we start?
You resumed it really, really well. But I want to say thank you. Thank you to invite me. Thank you to for this co-creation. I want to say, and again, it's really a heart-opening conversation. And it's I like to say that we are sharing a soul experience in a human body here on Earth. And it's not always an easy experience. But as we are also doing this experience as human ourselves, we want to share. We want to share from our heart what we have learned so far. What are, yeah, what we have learned, what is there, our different perceptions. And again, to spread more love and light here.
Girl, I already have shivers. You are so cute. I love this. And soul experience in a whole body, one body all together, guys. This is amazing. So, what came up today for us was to talk about when everything goes bad, goes wrong, goes awry, what's left for us to do or not do. So what comes out, right? And I would love for Krystelle to start off and we bounce from each other and see what comes out of it and share a bit the experience when things just go shit, right? Shit hits the fan, let's say it in an expression. So Krystelle, please, the floor is yours and I cannot wait to hear more of you.
So, yes, when everything goes wrong, seems going wrong, bad, like that is really gray or black episode in our life. What is left for us to do? What is possible? And I will also speak from my heart, from my own experience as well, to have been several times in that position and asking me that question, what is left through all this storm? And I feel and I think that what is left first is to maybe not being reactive, but taking the time to step back, to sit, to breathe, and to actually pay attention to what life is trying to tell us right now. And even if it's, maybe you will say, but what can I get from someone that I love dying, or learning that there's a disease going on, or an accident, or whatever what it can be. Whatever happened, there's always something to learn from it about life, about ourselves, about others. And if it's, I want to share that if it's a moment where we feel that we are just being exhausted and we feel that we got to burn out or something like that we are experiencing, I feel that it's also a call to see where our energy is going as our attention. What has our attention? Does what has my attention give me vitality, or is draining me? So it's the first thing that comes to me when we ask, what is left? I think the first thing is wait a second. And also, it's a way to well, how we will be saying that, a way to slow down.
I love that. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, I love that because it always for me it inspires me to bounce off what you say, and I love it because that's what co-creation is that we mutually moving forward with that. And when we say, for me, when we say when things go wrong and astray and just you feel like everything is just falling apart, it can be many things for many people, right? It can be whether you lose your job, whether you lose very important families in accidents, diseases, or per se just lose friendships or relationship separations, right? Sometimes it can be about money, often than not, right? The stress of money comes, financial issues. Sometimes it's a macro level economic crisis, right? Anything that really stresses us out in a certain point, right? So I'm certain that each one of us has experienced that at some point in their life. And what happened is like, it looks like something happens and then other shit happens. And it's like a domino effect. And you're like, what the heck is happening? Why everything is just falling apart like that, such in a very timely manner, you know? And what you said was so on point for me too, because I relate with that, where just taking a moment, right? Because my past self would panic, and that's totally understandable, right? We tend to panic and fall into the fear um narrative of like, oh shit, that is happening. What do I do now? What do I do now? I have to do that, I have to do that. Like you're in a survival mode, right? You're like, you want to try to come to the top and try to see what's going to make you survive from all of this falling apart because you just don't know how to deal with it. And in the midst of this chaos, when you take this moment back, that was my personal experience, and this step back, you realize that chaos seems chaotic, but all is well. So when you take this moment back and return into your center or meditation, whatever works for you realize that all is well and all is safe. That everything we think is going to make us fall apart, make us lose ourselves, make us not whatever, lose our identity per se, is that everything is as it should and that you're safe. That you not reacting, you not feeding off this fear is not serving you anymore because you won't find the solutions this way. But by only taking this moment back helps you put things in perspective and helps you gain back your calm to know what's your next steps, right? And it's not the actual thing often that makes you lose your way, it's what you attach your story to it, right? I lose my friends. I lost my boyfriend. What am I going to do now? I'm alone. It's going to be done forever. I cannot find another person this way. That was the love of my life. Whatever you want to say in your head, I'm just giving examples here. But just the separation of the per se person, it's done. It happened in what? 2 minutes, 1 second. He left or you left. There was a separation. The actual event happened just momentarily. All the pain and the suffering and the fear is everything that goes in our head afterwards. Then make us feel that everything falls apart,
Mm.
right? So to add on to what you said, I feel like doing this introspection and meditating and just repeat this mantra that you are safe and everything will be fine, that your current state is temporary, all types of mantras, and that there's always solutions. And that you're such a fucking beautiful, resilient being. Nothing that's gonna put you down. Nothing. We're infinite and eternal beings at the end.
Mm.
Yeah.
So much. Thank you. Thank you, because it's so profound and powerful what you just shared. And it makes me want to add on this on it's not what is happening, is what we will do with what is
Mm.
happening. And yes, with the amount, because it's not the event, but it's the neuroperception that we will feel, the feeling in our body, the emotion that will the illusion that maybe we're in danger, that it's not safe, that is the end of the world. But when you take the time to breathe, to come back, and you're asking yourself, is it really the end of the world? Or there's still something left?
Mm.
And life will happen. Life will happen. It makes me think that I had a conversation 2 days ago with a beautiful person, and I know his story, background of depression and all that. And he told me, I got a revelation. And I was like, share. What is it? And he's like, I just realized that I think I know what happiness means. And he's like, I know where I'm coming from. And now, like, I have my parents, they are healthy, everything is going well with my family. I have a girlfriend, she's amazing. I have a job that allow me to pay my bills, and I will soon have my house. And he's like, it's not the fact that I have all this, but it's just what makes me happy is to realize that this is life. That sometimes you're gonna have the high and sometimes you're gonna have the low. And he's like, I know right now I'm in the high, but I know that life will happen and something will come that will, in a way, remove me of my high. But then I will go high again. And when I say high, is the sensation, the feeling of I feel complete. And even if everything's going um, not the way you want to, you're still complete. But it's also, I feel that it's tuning to life and understanding what is our human experience. Because people we love will die. There's gonna be news that will hurt us, that will happen. We event will happen that will implicate ourselves or someone that we love or our job or anything, but that's also life. So even if that's the thing, is when we go in resistance of what is, and we don't want it to be this way, but it's external things that we don't have control over it, and we try to gain control over it. This is where we harm ourselves and we hurt ourselves. And that brings me again to talk about what is left. So what is in the now when I have no energy, that I have power over it? I have power on, if I'm gonna sleep, I'm gonna take care of my sleep. I have power on what I'm gonna ingest, what type of drink, what type of food. There's gonna be food that's gonna make me even in a lower energy, or I'm gonna choose food that's gonna help me in my energy, since I already not have energy right now with everything that is happening. So can I help myself out? And
Mhm.
find subtle things, like I just mentioned an example of food, subtle things like that um, will help us. And after a few days, you will see the difference. Going on a walk, just 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be an hour, but we're gonna feel the emotion being moved through ourselves. We're not gonna feel because we don't want to have the blockages of all these emotion being stuck in our body, and we feel even heavier.
Mhm.
But something that I wanted to add on what you just shared, and I really love that because it's like really amplifying. Mm, it's amazing.
I love, oh my gosh, I'm hooked to your words, girl. Like I love listening to you. I'm so sorry there's like a call happening right now. I'm just hooked to your words, and it's like I love listening to you, I'm just saying. So it's gonna be very exciting, the future episodes. I love that you touched base with the beauty of life. And I think we mentioned that in our other episodes, that the importance of the fluctuations. The only constant is change, right? So life will present itself with fluctuations. We need the lows so we can experience the highs. They are necessary and they become part of the whole experience of humanness. I love this so much. So while you are taking a step back and we're taking a moment to introspect, not only you start to see where do my energy goes, like you said, and you said also um how to take care of myself. What are my potential actions right now just to go back to simplicity and take care of myself and things that are out of my control. But another thing you can tell yourself, like you said, what is left, but it's that nothing, like nothing is like you don't have to resist it anymore. Life is happening. Like you said when you talk with your friend there, life is just happening as is. Don't resist it. Don't try to change the outcome of it. Don't try to go back in the past and try to say, oh, if only I did that, and then it is what it is as of now. See it from the observer point of view and just let it be. What can we learn from that, right? So all those mantras, all the things you can tell yourself, the self-care, all of those things will make you feel safe again, I believe, right? And we gotta give this chance to ourselves. We owe it to ourselves and to our well-being and our happiness to give all the tools possible in within to allow us to feel safe again when everything falls apart, quote unquote. And I love that your friend said he felt happy, but he knows that he's still like that's the power of happiness. We talked about this concept, but I would love to touch base with it whenever it feels like it. But to feel happy whenever you are in your experiences of emotions. So comes to a point now that when I feel pain and sadness or madness, I still feel happy in the experience and feel grateful to experience it because from that's where I feel the fucking most alive, right? You're going to be happy in the highs and be joyful, but you're going to be so focused onto what makes you happy, on the joy of it, and you're going to be like la 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 little. That's not where you're going to learn the most lessons, guys. You're going to learn the most lessons and important ones that's going to change your inner self in your lows, in when shit happening, in your lows of your life experiences, in those very uncomfortable emotions or experiences. That's when it's pertinent. That's where you get the most teachings and learnings and growth from. So they're so necessary, if not most necessary. Wow. I didn't know where I get from it. But
Wow. I was just like captivated and amazed by everything you're like, I'm absorbing what you're saying. And it's also a reminder, having this conversation today for us, it's a reminder for ourselves because even if there are things that we know, when we get in that moment in our life, we also have to remind ourselves everything that we are sharing right now.
yeah.
And what you're sharing, it brings me back to what are we here for? And if there's one thing that I'm 100% sure, and I have no doubt on this, but this is me, my perception, is we are really here for an experience of evolution. And when we are not feeling well, when things are not going the way we want to, I feel that they are the moment where we go within more than when everything's going well. It's like we are not asking ourselves that much question. Why do I feel so happy? Why
Yeah.
we're not questioning anything. We just go through it. But when we feel sick, when we are not feeling good, this is where we go. We take the time to go within and ask ourselves what is going on.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say it's the only way. I don't think it's fair to 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 share it like that, but those events are really here. How does evolution happen? Some things happen, and then we learn from it. And then we're going to decide to do something with it. And deciding, taking anything that we can learn from it. And sometimes it's hard. It's like, what do you want me to learn from that? It's going to come. It's going to come. You're going to get it. And then what we're gonna decide to do with that, this is where we give meaning to our pain.
Mm.
And that change everything when we get to the point to give meaning to our pain, to our suffering. We no longer stay in the state, depressive state. We start feeling the energy moving again through us. We gain a little bit of energy to make our body move and then going again in the direction that we want to go. But the step, the going within, it's so much important, and those events will create that. And another thing, I was talking with another girl last week, and I was like, it's crazy how we are all interconnected. For me to experience something that in that situation was, I think it was her mom that she got to the hospital. And she was telling me how she's learning so much thing about life and not taking anything for granted. And she was before and all that. And she was not valuing her relationship with her mom as much as now.
Mm.
But it's crazy how um, something needed to happen to another person. So her mom getting sick to get to the hospital, for her to get that learning experience, that evolution through her. Sorry for the sound. So that's the other thing that I wanted to share. That you really, really made me think about that. It's our evolution experience.
Like continual one. And I love that because I said earlier that you owe it to yourself to be able to give yourself this time to introspect, grow from this. But like you said, we're all connected. I got shivers. It's beautiful because we owe it not to ourselves only, actually. We're all connected. We're all one, like you said. So we owe it to those we love. We owe it to the strangers we're gonna cross path with. Because by sharing your lessons that you're having, by sharing your experience, like you said, going out of this low phase of your life where everything is going bad, who knows, you will be planting seeds of love in other people. So you're gonna maybe inspire them. You're gonna maybe make them feel hopeful again from their own journey because they're probably connecting and relating to you. So taking your opportunity to leave those low times is not only serving us, but it's serving a whole community that you won't grasp at the beginning. Some people it's hard to see and understand the impact we can see because it's not tangible. But it is so powerful. And I love what you said, girl, what you said, giving meaning to your suffering and your pain. And I never like thought of putting words like that, but this is what unconsciously I do when we go through pain. It's an opportunity for me. Yes. What else can I do to keep evolving, grow? It's amazing. So it's a shift of mindset and a shift of perspective, guys, that when you face shit is happening in your life, no more control, things are going bad. Let us just try. Let us just try to see what you see as something bad and terrible and depressive. Let us just see, hey, let me just try if I take this step back and introspect and use it as a lesson and use it, what would be the meaning of it for me? What can I learn from that? What can I grow from this? Like you said, what is the energy I'm putting in? So all those beautiful questions I'm going to put in the description, but those can really lead you to amazing and beautiful, surprising answers.
So much, so much. And I was reading studies about, you put a group of humans experiencing something terrible, and you take another group of humans experiencing the same thing that is terrible. And what's gonna be the difference between the two group that's gonna make either them staying in a really like no energy, really feeling bad, feeling they have no power, staying in the victim stage, because victim stage is important to recognize, to put words on what is going on, to recognize the pain for what it is. The only problem with that is when we stay there. So that can be for another,
Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
probably for another conversation. But then the other group that they start to gain the energy again, to create a different reality, to go towards again the direction that they were going, and they, let's say, they look or feel happier. What is the difference when they got exposed to the same experience? The only difference is that it's giving meaning to what is going on through learning what I'm through learning. So what I'm experiencing, what is teaching me, and what I can do, even if it's a little thing
Yeah,
I can do with that
love that.
to bring it with me and then moving forward. And it's the only two. It's the only difference between the two groups they were explaining.
Wow.
So that thing of learning and giving meaning, it seems so simple, but it's so powerful. So powerful.
It creates such a shift, such a change.
Yes.
It changes everything.
It
And
changed.
we'll see with life when we go through concepts, it goes back to the same base. Like it's simple. It's really like it's crazy simple, but yet so hard to apply it for us humans with our ego and our experiences here. But it's so simple. And I love this so much that you share that. It's amazing. Like the both groups were facing the same challenges, but one of the group was being asked basically what would be the meaning of their problems, basically. And that's where journaling and self-introspection with asking the right questions, because you can ask many questions, and that's going to be another topic, definitely, how to learn to ask the right questions. That is, it's a practice. But you can ask yourself the wrong question and it just worsens your state. But if you ask yourself the right question that's going to uplift your spirit, geez, that has been such a powerful tool for me. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I feel so grateful right now. Time is flying, and I want us to respect our timelines. But it's been amazing receiving you, and I'm just looking forward for so many other concepts to discuss about. And thank you so much.
thank you so much again and again and again. I'm really grateful to be here today, but I'm really looking forward to keep going in this journey with you. And I'm just like, it's like yummy.
It's like candies for us, guys.
Yes,
It's
yes,
a dessert of the end of the week.
yes, so much.
So cannot wait to see you on our next episode next week. Stay tuned, and I'm gonna add some of your contacts also, because we didn't even talk about your mission and what you do in life, but we're gonna add all of that in this description, and I'm gonna let you go. And it's been such a pleasure, everyone. Big kisses.
Wishing you well.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.